Hello, everyone, and welcome to Support Someone Saturday. I'm so excited to be here today with Leslie Travis Cook, and she is the founder and CEO of Hugs and Kisses in Chicago. I love the name of your organization, by the way. It's so cute. And who doesn't need more hugs and kisses, right, in life? Yeah. So thank you, Leslie, for coming on. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Amy. Thanks for inviting us. I really appreciate you giving us this opportunity to share what we are trying to do.
Sure. It's my pleasure. I'm very excited to have you on here. And I was just telling Leslie right before we came on that our mutual friend, Nicole McHale, actually introduced us. Nicole and I were on Team World Vision for a number of years. In fact, we just volunteered together in October. They did a virtual marathon out on the trail in Algonquin. And so Nicole knows about what I'm doing. And she said, hey, I have someone to introduce you. It's my boyfriend's mom. And she has this amazing organization. So thank you, Nicole, for the introduction. I'm so excited. And I really needed to have someone come on because I was sort of at this place like early October where I was kind of hitting a wall trying to find nonprofits. And then Nicole came in and said, I got someone for you. So thank you. You were an answer to prayer, Leslie. And I'm so glad you
Thanks.
are with us. Yeah, thank you. So let me tell you a little about Leslie. She is a breast cancer survivor. She has been married to Christopher Cook Sr. for 15 years. I know they have children and grandchildren. They reside in Chicago. And Leslie, like I mentioned, is the founder and CEO of this nonprofit organization. Hugs and Kisses provides complimentary kits to cancer patients during chemotherapy or who are scheduled to go through chemotherapy. So I can't wait to hear more about what you do. So Leslie, tell us, how did Hugs and Kisses get started and what is your mission?
Well, it got started in my dreams. So I had a dream right after I was diagnosed. And I had a dream that I should start an organization to help people who are going through chemo. But I hadn't even gone through chemo. I wasn't even scheduled yet for my first chemo treatment. So when I told my husband about it, I said, well, I don't know what to put in the bag. And he said, well, you'll find out soon because you're getting ready to go through it. So the bag contents were created based on the experience that I had going through chemo. And I'm sure other people have the same experience or side effects when they go through chemo. So that's where the contents of the bags came into place. And Hugs and Kisses, that name was in my dreams. That's wow. The Lord told me, this is the name of your organization. And I added that extra G. Yes. Because I said that, and I say this, anyone who's gone through chemo, no, you need that extra hug. Yeah. So that's where that extra G came in.
That is so cool. I love that. And then it kind of goes with the kisses, with the two S's and yeah. And I was thinking of chocolate, the Hugs and Kisses that are like chocolate or XOXO. There's so many cool connotations with that. That's awesome. Yeah. So how does someone get help through Hugs and Kisses? Say someone is watching us right now and maybe they are going through, chemotherapy, or they have a loved one that is, and they're saying, man, this would be awesome. I would love to have a package sent to, my loved one. And I kind of mentioned my brother has been going through cancer. And so you said, hey, I'll send him one. That's so awesome. So yeah, say someone else would like a kit sent. How would they go about getting in touch with you?
So we're always excited when we get this ding, through our website, because we know that someone is in need of, we call them our love bags. So someone is in need of our love bag. So I tell people that if you know of a chemo patient, have them to come through our website and they can just fill out the information. What I do, I try to call every patient.
Oh, nice.
Because I want to hear their voice and I want them to know that someone cares about them. Yeah. So after I have that initial conversation with them, that's when I get their mailing information. And I send them a love bag. Nice. So it's complimentary to the chemo patients who come through the website. Awesome. We don't expect them to, pay anything because
Yes.
myself, I know that going through cancer diagnosis, I couldn't work.
Yes. Yeah.
So that cut my income in half.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
can't ask a patient to,
Sure.
yeah.
That makes total
Anyone
sense.
else, if you
Yeah.
like to donate,
Yeah.
you can donate.
Yeah.
We'd be glad to receive your donations, and that's done through the website also.
Okay. Tell us the name of your website and how to spell it.
Okay, hugsandkisses.org.
Okay.
UGGSANDKISSES.org.
Perfect. And I will also put it up on the screen so everyone can see it, but I just wanted to make sure people would find it, and with the extra G, that's awesome. So yeah, if you need to sign someone up, a loved one, they can get a love bag sent to them, or someone is watching right now and said, I would love to help give to this organization and help you see it grow. I know from Nicole, talking with her and you, I think you had a goal for how many bags to send out this year, and you were hoping to double that number for next year. So I'm believing with you, you're going to be able to do that. And it's exciting because I think, didn't you start in May of 2019? Was that the date?
Yes.
Yeah. So just a year and a half old now. And yeah, you're growing and building momentum. So yeah, if you're watching right now and you have a heart for, cancer patients, maybe you've been through it already. So you might want to reach out and donate. It's about I think you said $30 per bag, right?
Yes.
To put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what other ways could anyone get involved with your organization? Do you ever have like times where you put the bags together, or is it more, the monetary gift and then you do the bags? Like, tell us if there's a way people could volunteer or.
Well, right now I'm a one-man or one-woman operation.
Yeah.
As far as putting the bags together.
Okay.
Because my board of directors, they work. So
Yeah.
I do everything.
Okay.
I put them together, take them to the post office, and make sure that the patient gets the tracking information.
Nice.
I do all of that. But we would like, if people can, to donate some of the things that are inside the bag, if that's possible.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So tell us what goes inside the bag. So if someone's watching, I mean, it could be, hey, I have a heart to do this, or maybe they even work for a company. I'm just starting to think here that says, oh, we make that thing that you need, and I can get that donated to you from our company. So yeah, tell us what you put in the bags.
Okay. So we have a blanket.
Okay.
A Bible.
I love that.
Hand sanitizer. We have 2 water bottles. So we have the plastic water bottle, and then we have the insulated one, for coffee.
Yeah.
Because when you're going through chemo, there's a metal taste in your mouth. So that's why we have the 2 water bottles.
Okay.
So then we have lip chap, because your mouth get dry, your lips get dry.
Sure.
We have pocket tissue, and when you're going through chemo, your nose runs and your eyes run a lot. So the pocket tissue. We have a protein snack.
Okay.
You have to have protein while going through chemo.
Sure. And
then we have the sugar-free hard candy that you can, for the dry mouth. We have that.
Yeah.
We have a word search puzzle that while you're in chemo, you can just do your word search puzzle. We have unscented lotion, hands dry all the time. The new thing that we added this year was the Guardian Angel candle.
Oh, I like
that. Was new. That's new for this year.
Yes.
We have an adult coloring book with the coloring pencils. We have footies.
Oh yeah.
We have a beanie cap for the men and the women. This year we added a mask. We also added this year the Clorox, the little wet wipes.
Yes.
So we added that. We have a notepad because chemo patients develop something that they call chemo brain. Okay. And a lot of times you forget what you're going to do sometimes while you're doing it. What was I? So
sure.
You need to jot down a lot of notes. And also we have an encouragement card that I handwrite to every patient. And we also have our drawstring Hugs and Kisses bag that we put into if we're shipping it in the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Mhm.
You have a lot of really thoughtful things. And like you said, you've been through it, so you know what a patient would need, firsthand. Yeah.
Right. Mhm.
Okay, so that's so good. Thank you for sharing with us. And if anyone's listening and you have access to one of those items or more in bulk, you can always contact Leslie and maybe reach her through the website, and we'll put that up again on the screen so everyone can see that. So besides adding the mask, obviously, because of the pandemic this year, how else has COVID-19 affected your organization? Like, what changes have you seen this year?
Okay, so what we had to do this year was we had to start shipping the
Oh,
contents
yeah.
to people, right? Which created like we had to shift a little
Mhm.
because now we had to create a postal account.
Mhm.
Whereas before, mainly people in Chicago and the Chicagoland area were getting bags. So I could just drive to
Yeah.
a residence, but now I can't do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So yeah, so that
Yeah, so that makes your costs go up a little, right? Because
exactly.
now you have the shipping aspect. So it's good to hear. If someone is listening now and you feel led to donate, like say, I want to help one cancer patient, you may want to send a little over $30, right, to help cover the shipping of the box, just so that everyone stays safe and they're doing it the right way and social distancing. So yeah, that's good to know. Okay. Being safe and responsible.
Right.
Okay, yeah, right. So Leslie, besides yourself coming successfully through cancer, and thank God for that, what is a success story you can share with us, or maybe more, of someone that's been impacted by Hugs and Kisses, maybe someone that's received one of your bags, or can you share with us a story of someone that's
So
been?
I just received a text message from a local minister
Okay,
here. It was 2 days ago.
okay,
And her message just made me, actually it made me tear up
oh,
because she was not expecting the things that we had inside
yeah,
of inside of the bag.
okay,
And it just made me realize that, you know what, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
yeah,
You know, everyone who's reached out to us has told us, that this is a blessing to them,
mm-hmm,
and that they appreciate what we're doing.
yes,
And I always tell them inside the encouragement card that what's inside this box, there is no miracle inside this box.
yeah,
But what there is some care, concern, and some compassion.
that's
That's
good.
what's inside this box.
I love that. I love that. The 3 C's: care, concern, and compassion.
Yes.
That's good. It's just like, to me, it reminds me of God and his Holy Spirit, how he comes alongside of us as our advocate, right? And helps
Right.
us in our time of need. In the same way, you're coming alongside of people that are struggling and at probably one of their hardest points in life, and giving them that same care and compassion and concern. And hey, I'm with you here. I'll walk with you here. Such a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah, because we have been through stuff as well, which I was sharing on one of my last interviews. Our son was diagnosed with a genetic disorder about 3.5 years ago. It's called Noonan syndrome. It's rare. He has to see a lot of different specialists. Thankfully, he has a mild form, but it's still been a huge thing in our lives. And just to know what it's felt like, we had a GoFundMe started for our son 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago. So we had so many medical bills, and then just having people come alongside of us, in different ways, either, blessing us. I know we mentioned like either a gas card, or, they'd send us like money in the mail, or they'd cover something. I remember my hairstylist was like, I want to pay, I don't want to charge you for your hair appointment today. And someone bought us like new tires for our car, and just the little things. I
Yes.
mean, no one could wave a magic wand and, take away all the pain and suffering and, whatever, but there's always prayer. And I know we talked about you having the Bible in there, and I think prayer makes a huge difference. And, a lot of people have prayed for our son as well. But yeah, just having people come alongside of you in that hard place, it's just amazing. And I know it's not easy for everyone. I kind of think we found that out too. It's like certain people had a hard time walking with us in that hard place. But, I think because you've been through something, I think because we've been through this with our son, now we have so much more compassion, right, to help the hurting, is kind of why I started Support Someone Saturday. Just on my heart. This year I was actually struggling with some major dental issues. I had a infected root canal. It went into a dry socket. I had to have my tooth extracted, and literally over 2 months, I had 8 dentist appointments, and I was in so much pain. I had like an ice pack on this side of my face for a week to 2 weeks. Just 1 week, I could barely do anything, and it was during that time of just praying and crying out to God for relief. If you ever had a dry socket, it's like shooting pain up to your ear. It was under here, and I was just praying that this pain would go away, and eventually it did. But during that time, God really spoke to me to start this series, the Support Someone Saturday. And there's so many people out here that have been through struggles, come through the other side. Now they're doing amazing things like yourself. And I just really wanted to get the word out to everyone and say, hey, look at all these good things that are happening. People are still doing good things during this pandemic. And, to kind of give a loudspeaker to the good news. So that, when we suffer and struggle and come through, then we can have a heart of compassion to help others that are struggling. So
Absolutely. I did see that last interview.
thank
So
you. Nice.
I did see that. And,
Yeah.
it is difficult. Sometimes it's hard for other people to walk alongside of you when you're
Yeah.
going through that journey. Um,
Right.
but we had our church just rallied around me.
Yeah.
We had actually people just knocking on the door saying, hey, we want to give Chris a break. So
Yeah.
let us go to your treatment.
Oh,
And he could take a break because
yeah.
my treatment was for exactly 1 year.
Yeah.
It was
Wow.
from July of 2018 until July of 2019. So I
Yeah.
had a total of 18 treatments.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome, Leslie. And where do you guys go to church? What church are you at in Chicago?
we go to Progressive Baptist Church in
Yeah.
Chicago. So on 37th and alongside the Dan Ryan Expressway, everyone knows
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Awesome. So shout out to Progressive Baptist. Thank you. I
Yes.
was gonna say the same thing happened for us when we had Ashton going through this. We were at Willow Creek Community Church in Crystal Lake. That's actually where I met Nicole through Tumor Vision and everything. And we were in the 9 a.m. greeter group. And even the kids got to greet. It was awesome. So the 4 of us would go, and we had just all this. A team was huge. It was like 40 people, and a lot of them were like, grandparents, parents, and it just was like this huge. Like the family of God came around us. And during the GoFundMe, they were our biggest, givers, and people were handing me envelopes with cash. They're like, how can we help you? Can we help, take care of your kids? Will you come over for dinner? I mean, it was just so amazing. And the pastors were praying for us, and the prayer team for Ashton. And, because it took about 2 years to go through to figure out his full diagnosis. And it was so amazing to see like the body of Christ come around us and just love us. And yeah, I'm thankful. God has brought the church for a reason. And I
Yes.
feel like what you're doing, even, or what I'm trying to do, is like an extension of the church as well, right? If all of us stepped out in what God is saying to us, even if we feel like this is so much bigger than me, right? Like maybe you felt that way, or
Oh, yeah,
I
I
felt
have.
that way.
Yeah.
Who am I to do this, God? But he's just like, hey, if he puts it on your heart, step out, and then we can start meeting people's needs, right? And then there will be less suffering, and we can kind of reach people all around. And so I see that God is doing that with the church as a whole right now. I feel like he's raising people up and helping us to get out there and just be the hands and feet of Jesus. And it's so fulfilling once you start to do that, right? And just see, like you said, when people are calling you and crying and saying, this meant so much to me. And then it's like the fruit of your labor, and just you're thankful you stepped out and obeyed the Lord and what he put on your heart to do. And
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
that's
Mhm.
awesome. I love that. I love that story. Okay, so I was looking at your website yesterday, and I thought of this quote by Benjamin Franklin. It says, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. And you list contributing factors to cancer and what you can do about them. So I thought maybe if you don't mind sharing some of the preventative things that we can all do to try to prevent cancer, I thought that would be great too.
First of all, watch your diet.
Yeah.
I was a big processed food eater,
Okay.
but after the diagnosis, everything was cut off. It was difficult for me
Mm-hmm.
because that's all that I wanted to do. Chips and
Yeah.
things like that.
Mm-hmm.
None of that anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Also, exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even more important to me now
Mm-hmm.
because the chemo has really destroyed my heart.
Yeah.
So it came a time during my treatment that my heart muscle was only at 50%.
Wow.
And they were discussing that maybe they had to stop my treatment. And
Okay.
then in steps a cardiologist. So now I have a cardiologist.
Yeah.
And so he's able to sustain that muscle
Good.
to get me through the treatment.
Yeah.
So now I walk.
Mm-hmm.
I walk on a trail. I walk at home. I
Yeah.
have an exercise bike.
Yeah.
That
Good.
and also just don't smoke.
Yes.
That I can't even tell you, Amy, how many times I went to the hospital
Yeah.
and I saw people standing outside with oxygen.
Yeah. I
They
know.
were there for treatment.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
so
It's
yeah.
very addictive. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I smoked when I was younger. It
Mhm.
was very hard to quit. I mean, it's been years now. I was able to. God really helped me when I was 21. I gave my heart to Jesus, and then at the same time, He sort of delivered me from it. But I had tried before that to quit 8 times. So I tried everything, and I know it's hard. So I would say keep praying, keep trying for anyone out there that is hearing this message and is like, I want to quit. I know it's possible. You helped me to quit. And it might not be your first time. I mean, I pray it is, but even if you have to try again, and just pray that He would deliver you from it. And I know He can. He did it for me. So
And
yeah.
it's like my husband has always been a health
Yeah.
a healthy person. And
Okay.
so he started juicing a lot for me.
Nice.
And cutting up beets. I've never had a beet in my life
Wow.
till after this, diagnosis. So
Okay.
there are things that I eat now,
Yeah.
and I don't necessarily like it.
Yes.
I eat it because
Mm-hmm.
I know it'll help me to stay in remission.
Yeah.
And another thing that helped me when
Mm-hmm.
I was going through, man, I see those cookies. I want those cookies. I
Yeah.
can't because that's sugar.
Yes.
Um, I listen to a lot of K Love.
Oh yeah. I love Caleb.
Yeah. Because it replaced my rock and roll station. Uh-huh. Yeah. So when I found out that my station was being replaced, I said, well, what
Yeah.
am I trying to do? And it was K Love.
Oh wow.
I listened to them, to that station,
Mm-hmm.
when I wanted to do some stuff that I knew that I shouldn't be doing. Well,
Sure.
actually eat some things. Because I
Yeah.
love pork chops.
Yeah.
No more.
Okay.
No more. So,
Yeah.
when certain
Sure.
things helped me to stay on,
Mhm.
on that trail. And
Yeah, that's awesome. I love K-Love Radio. We
yes.
listen to it out here too. And even sometimes you can put on Alexa, I listen to it in the car. So
Mhm.
it is so encouraging. And especially this year, I think. I love how they just like bring in like testimonies of what God has done, and then they find humor in things, and it
Yes.
helps. So
Yes.
yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Is there anything else, Leslie, you want to share with the viewers right now about hugs and kisses, or anything we may not have covered during this interview so far?
Let me see. Um, we are this is a local
Yeah.
Chicagoland
Okay.
nonprofit.
Yeah.
We're just trying to bless some people who are going
Mhm.
through chemo.
Yeah.
Just want to put a smile on their faces.
Yes.
Put a smile on their faces and let them
Yeah.
know that they're not alone. And if people could share what we're doing,
Yeah.
I'd really appreciate that.
Yes.
Share what we're trying to do.
Okay, so it's hugsandkisses.org, and it's HUGGSANDKISSES.org. Are you on Facebook, Instagram? Tell us what else. Where else we can find you?
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we also just got added to Givelify.
Okay, nice.
So we're on the Givelify.
Givelify, nice.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. You're expanding.
Yes.
And then let me know if you ever do like some big thing, or you guys do a fundraiser, and let me know, and I'll also post, or if there's something special you want me to share, I'll do that.
Okay. And I just need to say one more thing.
Yeah.
Because I know if some of my church members see this, they'll say, she 37th in Wentworth. My pastor is Charlie Dates.
All right, go Pastor Charlie.
He's a fantastic pastor. We love him. So I just wanted people to know that.
Yes, and I just have such a heart for Chicago. I live in the suburbs, so I'm like 50 miles northwest, but I have been praying this year, not only just for our nation and the state, and then God just gave me such a heart to pray for the city right now. Yes. And I just know Chicago has been through so much, and with the pandemic, and I was doing trade shows before this started, and obviously there's no live events, and my husband started a production company last year, mainly doing live events. And so we were just in shock when this thing was not turning around, and God's really just given us grace and sustained us and blessed us, and we're moving things online. But I used to go to the city all the time, to McCormick Place for work, and I take the kids downtown, and it's just hard for me to see, and then with all the riots, and it breaks my heart because Chicago is a beautiful city, and I know people love to come visit, and I just want to see God restore Chicago, so my prayers are with all of you guys and with your organization, and Thanks. Just know we're praying for you guys, and we love you.
Sorry. I appreciate
I'm praying for the churches, and now I know pray for Pastor Charlie. Sorry that I get emotional. Okay, so we talked about how to contact you, and hugsandkisses.org. You can find them in a variety of ways, and Facebook, Instagram, Giveify, or just check out the website, and we'll put that up too. So Leslie, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. I think you're an amazing woman, and I'm so encouraged by your story and how God has brought you through. Breast cancer healed you, and now you're helping so many people. It's beautiful. And so I just pray God continues to bless you and all your efforts, and your husband and your family and all that you're doing. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it grows and just expands next year. So thank you for joining us today on Support Someone Saturday.
Thanks, Amy. Thank you. And I just want to make this clear that we provide love bags for men and women.
Oh, good.
It doesn't matter what type of cancer you're having chemo for.
Yeah.
We're not exclusive to breast cancer.
Good. Okay, good. I'm so glad you said that, because I know that you went through that, but it's so good to let people know, men and women, any ages, any type of cancer. Thank you for clarifying that. So thank you for joining us, and thank you to all of our viewers for tuning in today. I hope you have a blessed Saturday, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.